So you've probably heard of Pokémon Unite, but did you know Pokémon's own MOBA game is vastly improved in the Chinese version? Besides for changes to the main game mode, China's version of Pokémon Unite also adds a hub world where you can interact with other players, play mini-games, shop for cosmetics, and just walk around with your Pokémon enjoying the vibes of this tropical city. I mean, the footage here really just speaks for itself and how much cooler this hub world looks compared to the sometimes laggy and very bland looking menu of the global version, leading to many fans saying that China basically got Pokémon Unite 2, while we're stuck with the Unite at Home version. Now, these additions and changes alone would be plenty enough for me to immediately hop back on and start playing Pokémon Unite again, but recently there's been some leaks of a new game mode coming exclusively to the Chinese version that I think a lot of Western fans would love to play, because Pokémon is finally making an auto battler. In case you're not familiar, this subgenre of strategy games features a chess-like game board where you can place down units and watch them battle all on their own against other online teams. And this is a type of gameplay that I, and pretty much anyone that's played an auto battler would agree, fits Pokemon almost perfectly. And it seems the developers of Pokemon Unite agree. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the gameplay that's come out of this new game mode so far, and diving into why I think we might just be getting an announcement for Pokemon Unite 2 during the upcoming Pokemon Day presentation. So if you guys are excited, don't forget to leave a like, and let's just jump into it. Now, I will say there's actually videos of this Chinese-only beta from all the way back over a year ago. August 2023 was when these leaks first started being posted. And you might immediately notice it's in like ultra-wide resolution, which the Nintendo Switch definitely doesn't do. And that's because the Chinese version of Unite is only available on mobile. And I mean, looking at this gameplay, I can kind of see why, because even on mobile, it looks a little bit laggy, and like this hub world, I'm not really sure the Nintendo Switch would be able to handle. Well, at least not the original Nintendo Switch, because of course, last week we got the announcement that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. And that's sort of like my first theory, that instead of this being a update to the existing Pokemon Unite, that we might just get a Pokemon Unite 2 announced for the Nintendo Switch 2. So I found this article from The Gamer where they talk about how Pokemon Unite in China is basically a full sequel. And here I learned that this Chinese version of Unite had essentially been in development since the launch of the global version back in 2021. So they had 3 additional years of development. So because this is like the first time the game is officially coming out in China, yeah, they're showing off the main game mode. But here we have some gameplay of the hub world that I was mentioning earlier from Chris Heroes, and this is where you would like interact with different shops, mini games, you know, other players. What's pretty cool is you can literally choose any of the Pokemon that you already have unlocked to like follow behind you too. I know following Pokemon is a huge, always requested feature in like Pokemon games, so Pokemon Unite has that too. So it looks like when you go up to the towers where you get to pick your game mode, and they have like the standard, but then there's also all these mini games. There's like a freaking dancing stage. What is this? Bro, no way. Oh my God, you can do Fortnite emotes. Yes, that's what everyone wanted in Pokemon Unite. Like I mentioned, there's also some changes to the main game mode in this Chinese version, mainly that instead of a timed mode, like whoever has more points at the end of the time running out, it's actually whoever gets to 500 points first that wins, which is a huge change in terms of like how long matches take. Oftentimes in Pokemon Unite, you know, matches drag on and you're kind of just stuck there waiting for the time to run out, even though your team clearly lost. And well, I guess technically you can surrender, but you know, a lot of times people don't want to surrender. So this is actually the trailer for the official release of Pokemon Unite in China. Okay, they got way more game modes than just the TFT, I guess. They're clearly aware of the mental toll that MOBA games can take on players. So they're like, don't be stressed. This is for happiness and beauty. Obviously in the West, we've gotten way more updates on Unite since then and a ton more characters added. Like, I'm actually surprised. When I went on the official Pokemon Unite website, the roster is all the way up to 70 characters now. Like, that is insane. I think I stopped playing around when, I want to say Decidueye was added, but I kind of vaguely remember playing as Trevenant, so maybe it was around Trevenant. Wait, Psyduck is a character? Not even Golduck, just Psyduck. That's pretty funny. But in this video, I mainly want to focus on the new Auto Chess or TFT mode that they're adding in. Let's first take a look at the teaser here. Yo, they got like the Yu-Gi-Oh freaking visor. I don't know what's going on there, but it looks cool. So it looks like they do have all the characters, like up until the global release. There's like 70 in the roster now. So I know there's also like random minions that spawn in the map too. I wonder if those could be units in the TFT mode. Alright, let's take a look at some of the gameplay now. Chinese only version, and this is beta, by the way. I guess in China it's still in beta, so, you know, it could slightly change. Yeah, it's like a battle royale, so it's not just 1v1. There's like 8 people, and every round you fight a different opponent until there's one left standing. Oh my god, the way it loads into the game too. Yeah, so kind of like TFT, the first round you fight against non-player characters. I don't know if this first unit that they got, Dwebble, is random or not, but after the first round you do get to choose. And this is the main reason why I think Pokemon fits perfectly for an auto chess mode, because of the types of the Pokemon naturally being like synergies in other auto chess games. Yeah, there's synergies based on the types, but then there's also synergies based on like what, I guess, category the Pokemon is. Like it looks like Fennekin here is I don't know if that's like a range or a special attacker. And then Pikachu and Vulpix both have this little ring, which usually represents special attacks in Pokemon. Whereas you can see Dwebble here has the rock type and then also like a tank sort of synergy with the little shield. So it looks like this person chose Fennekin. And there we go. He added Charmander to his bench. So now when he adds Fennekin and Charmander, you'll see that they have that fire type synergy right there. The gameplay is actually building your team. As far as the battle itself, it kind of just happens on its own. Now, another reason why Pokemon Unite specifically is perfect for this is because they already have held items in the main Pokemon Unite mode. So you can see here, he's going to buy the Wise glasses, I think those are called, and put him on Fennekin. So yeah, usually in Pokemon, those boost your special attack. I'm guessing it's similar. Now, the main thing I'm wondering is if you level up your unit, for example, these 3 Rowlets, if you get 3 Rowlets, usually in a game like TFT, if you stack 3 of the same unit, they become a 2-star version of that. But I feel like in Pokemon, it would become a Dartrix instead. Okay, come on, buy another Charmander, please. No! I think this person might just be trying to show off as many different Pokemon as possible, because usually in these types of games, the best strat is to level up your units, but I mean, they actually have not taken damage yet, so maybe I shouldn't judge. Literally, as the video is about to end, they finally get a 2-star, so let's see if this Squirtle, yep, it evolves into Wartortle. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's literally like the main reason I always said Pokemon should make a TFT game, because instead of a 2-star, well, you still get a 2-star, but it also evolves the Pokemon, which is sick. I'm assuming though for Pokemon like Lapras or Lucario, it would just become a 2-star Lapras, and oh, that it just ends. All right. Okay, let's take a look at another video here. This was from 3 days ago. I'm just gonna forward through this to see if they get like a 3-star unit at some point. Oh my god, he's got a 3-star Psyduck. Dude, that's crazy. You can see Froakie becomes Frogadier when it's 2-star. I'm assuming the 3-star would be Greninja. So yeah, it'd be cool if like all the Pokemon evolved, but I guess because Golduck is not in Pokemon Unite, it just stays Psyduck. He's got 5 water Pokemon, so the max you can have is 6 of single synergy, I guess. Well, it depends on the synergy. Like this one, you can see there's only up to 4. So yeah, this player is definitely kicking ass this round. 45 health when literally already half the lobby is already dead. And off they go. Holy crap. Yeah, I think the 6 water synergy is working out for them. Like I said, auto chess is more of a strategy game than like a real-time battle game like Pokemon Unite or League of Legends. The main gameplay is like in building your team up and building those synergies, getting the same type of Pokemon, same archetypes, I guess, is a thing too. Like you saw, there's tanks, special attackers, range attackers, so yeah, Pokemon, I think, is like the perfect franchise for an auto chess game, and I'm really glad they're finally doing it, except it's only coming out in China. This leads me into my hopes that maybe with Pokemon Day coming up, of course, we are expecting big news for Pokemon Legends EA, or well, at least the second trailer finally would be the least that they could do, but usually on Pokemon Day, they announce way more than just one thing, and there's 99% of the time a whole lot of mobile games like the Cafe game, Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Go, and of course, Pokemon Unite. With so many improvements and additions being in this Chinese version, it almost feels like it'd be better or smarter for them to do a Pokemon Unite 2 instead of updating the currently existing one. And with the Nintendo Switch 2 now being announced, you know, more power in the console, it could be a perfect launch title, like an online title too, that you can constantly be generating money from as opposed to just being a one-time sale kind of game. On the other side of the coin though, I could totally see this never releasing outside of China because that's literally happened with another Pokemon spin-off in Pokemon Quest. A lot of you might not even remember this game, but in China, this game continued to get tons of updates going all the way up to Gen 5 now, I believe, whereas here it only ever had Kanto Pokemon, and this could again have to do with the whole microtransaction thing, like mobile games in China having different regulations and rules. But still, Pokemon Quest, way cooler in China than it ever was in the West. So hopefully Pokemon Unite can recognize that Western players would also love an auto battler. So do you guys think Pokemon Unite still has a shot in the West? Because yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still pretty popular in China. And I mean, it was actually at the Pokemon World Championship. Like, they still do Pokemon Unite tournaments. They're trying to make it into a big esport. Yeah, if they do a 2.0 or just a sequel, I would definitely hop back in and play. So would you like to see it come to the West? Would you play a Pokemon TFT? Have you played TFT before? So I feel like, yeah, people that have played auto battlers will really like this. Stay tuned. February 27th, the Pokemon Day presentation is coming, and I will be right here live reacting to it. Hopefully some Legends EA, maybe even some surprise games. Check out my last video if you want to know more about that, and I'll catch you in the next one.